Well, that's one eye complete. I found the blue that I wanted, which was 140. Now watch as I finish the other one off in the same way. Start off as I did before. 181. Fill that in. And we want to retain that little bit of white there. Now that's great. And now what I'm going to do straight away is to put the black on here. And because I'm going to darken inside here like that. So we have to have the black on, and it's also right underneath the rim of the eye. You can see it under there. I did say this was a hard picture from the point of view of the fur, and it's also hard for the eye as well, because that seems to follow suit really with the complication set in here. So anyway, if you follow me, you should get quite close to it, but it's a lot of work. Normally I take a couple of days, 2 or 3 days sometimes, if it's a really difficult picture. This one is going to beat the record, because I've already spent a long time on this. But it's got to be done. You can't just expect something as intricate as this and as complicated as this to happen overnight. Now that's looking good. Whether or not it's sharp enough here, I don't know. You see, that's a little bit lower than that. So what we do with that, we try to work that out a little bit. I'm working on the very dark red, which I used in the ear. It's here. This is where we're lowering slightly. Okay, we can also, if we do that, we can also bring this down a touch or two. This is ivory, and then you can bring the white in, which is what I've done here, to make that just a spot wider. It's a good way. I'm glad it's happened, because it shows you how we can adjust anything that. Now that's quite nice in there. Now it's lowered it down a little bit, so get the right colour. The black now can go in, and when we put the blue in a minute, that will sit just underneath here. Anyway, let's carry on. Now this is going to have to be darker. What I've done with this is I've used 157 in here to start with. This is that blue. That's got to be quite dark. And then on top of that, we use the 181 to darken it just a little more. But it looks a little bit ochre-y, doesn't it? And the reason for that is I put the ochre in there, which is the 182. And because I've got the blue in there as well, the 182 is mixing with the blue to make it that really unusual ochre tone. See that? Exactly the same colour as that. And I think that's quite charming. Okay, now we need to darken this a bit more. Now, this is the problem we have here, is that this black has already had a lot of pressure put on it. So we've got to be careful that we don't crush the paper. At the moment I'm okay, I'm safe. Now watch that blue go in. This is 140. It goes just as it along the top, not right at the top of that, it just drops below, because the eyelid is. Now this is breaking all the light to dark rules, but there's no way could you do this to start off with. Break into the white, because the white's going to be reintroduced. Now I think you'll agree that that is pretty stunning. Okay. Now what we've also got to do here, we've also got to put just a little bit of this blue, make sure I haven't got any contamination on it. We've also got a little bit of the blue to put into the eye because it's like a bloom. I think you know what I mean by that, a bloom. Now you have to be very careful, but you see how I've done it on that one. Well, I've got to do the same thing on here. You use the blue, and you put a bloom on. That's lovely. I just want to make sure that I've got that. You see, although we have the dark part of the eye, it's not definite, and that's why this is so attractive. And the white, the final little touch. There you go. Lovely. Now I think that is absolutely charming.